Hi there, Libra. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. This is going to be your love messages as a general reading, so the rules might get reversed or it may or may not resonate with you. And if this reading resonates with you, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for a personal reading with me, okay? So in this reading, Libra, it's going to be a you versus them format. I'm going to be pulling a card about who is it that we're going to be talking about today and what their current energy is like, your challenges, past, present, future from both parties, and we're going to clarify them. And I'm also going to be pulling some advice card for you by the end of the session. Libra. Okay, I feel that from this person's current energy, they have the Four of Pentacles, they have the Moon, and they also have the Queen of Cups in upright position. You might be dealing with a water sign here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But this person right now is kind of like starting to realize, because I feel that the thing that has been happening between the both of you makes them feel very, very connected to the divine, to a point where they're starting to realize that, you know, how big of an important Libra is in my life. The feeling, that realization usually was hidden. It was something that either they denied or they thought it wasn't there. But the more that they contemplate, the more that they are allowing themselves to feel what they're truly feeling, the more that they're starting to realize that, you know what? I'm going to take ownership over my feelings for Libra, that I do love them, that I'm starting to understand where they're coming from. And I do see now how my connection with Libra has a potential to be a relationship that is of a long term. Okay. Now, in the past, they have the 10 of Wands and also the 3 of Wands. From your side, you have the Star card and you also have the 5 of Pentacles in upright position. At some point in time, you felt that this person was your wish fulfillment. But because you held on to that dream for so long, you're starting to realize that, you know what, I'm actually digging myself through a series of disappointment here. Therefore, in this present moment, I feel that you guys are going through a lot of transformation because of the disappointment and because of the upset and because of the situation that is happening within this connection. You kind of like feel as if like you're missing out on life. There are certain aspects in your life that you have been abandoning for some times. And now you feel that you want to get on board with things. Okay, I am missing out on, I don't know, my career. I'm supposed to be chasing after this, or I'm missing out my time for my family. So there is a little bit of an urgency that you probably are going to be feeling this week or next week about you needing to catch up with the things that you have been neglecting for some time. Now, from this person current moment, again, from in the past, this person had the 10 of Wands and also the 3 of Wands in upright position. It took them some time to realize this, you know. We're going to clarify why that is, but it's like, even when you're disappointed, even when you're upset, even if you're feeling a certain type of way, there's a level of them seeing it, but not emotionally empathizing with it or not really emotionally connecting with it. It's like, okay, I see you're in a problem. Oh, you're feeling that way. But there's this level of this lack of ownership, I would say, that it was caused by them, or yeah, something like that. Like they're kind of like seeing it from a distance. You know how it feels when someone is telling you a story and it's like an emotional one and you're just looking at it with like, oh yeah, just like that, you know what I mean? But in the now, things are different because they are able to contemplate, they're able to go within. There are certain things that is happening in this present moment that made them realize certain aspect of this connection and how big of importance it is, okay? Now, in the future, they have the Ace of Pentacles and also the King of Pentacles. From your side, you have the Queen of Swords and also the 9 of Wands. This person is going to want to have a second chance with you, Libra. But I feel that your energy in this present moment and also in the future is going to be very, very different than how you were in the past, because I do see you holding on to dear life for this connection. But in the future, not really, because I feel that you're going to be very, very strategic about your life and you are going to be very wary about giving this person another second chance. So now let's get into your reading, Libra, and let's start clarifying them. Okay, I want to clarify the Ten of Pentacles from their side. Seven of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and also the Hanged Man in upright position. As I mentioned earlier, it took them some time to get into these feelings, okay? At first, they were very optimistic that this is going to be transpiring in a way that they wanted it to be. You're going to be the old Libra and things are just going to work out just fine between the both of you. But after some times, they then freezes their emotions over. But then they got stuck in a emotional rut that they themselves need to figure out a way to get out of there. Okay. By them again, contemplating, figure out a way to get out of this emotional rut that they're in, they're starting to realize how big of an importance you are in their life. Now let's clarify the Eight of Wands. I don't know. I feel that in the past, although they're like, okay, I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but why should I be doing it? Because I know that Libra is going to do it anyway, you know, because they always do. But I feel that because you haven't done it, now they're starting to, you know, go to that place. Let's clarify that Eight of Wands. This person knows you very well. So I don't feel that this is a connection that is new. So if you're like, okay, I don't want to be hearing about my past anymore, Anisa, and everything like that. Well, this is not your reading for this week. Maybe you can check out your other signs, or you can check out your reading next week, because this is about somebody that you've had a history with. And why am I saying that? Is because this person knows exactly what is it that they need to be doing, or what is it that they need to be saying in order to make you feel good about yourself to a point where you're like, you know what? I miss that. I miss how you make me feel. I miss how you're able to elevate my self-esteem for a brief moment. So, yeah. And they are hopeful that if they were to be doing that, then you would start missing how they made you feel. Now, let's clarify from your side. Interesting. So the Death card clarified by the Five of Pentacles, the Star, and also the Nine of Pentacles. I feel that through series of disappointment that this connection has brought upon to you, you're starting to realize that, look, I think I have a calling outside of this connection. And I feel that this is kind of like the universe way of sending you message repeatedly after some times. It's been happening about a month now. And if you are sensitive to it and you are opening yourself towards it, I feel that you're going to get this type of spiritual download about what is it that you need to be doing that is for yourself, not for other people. And I feel that a lot of that has a lot to do with your way of making money. So I feel that this week or next week, you're going to have like a lot of universe messages about, you know, how you could increase your financial sectors. It could be through the YouTube videos that you watch, or it could be about you talking with your friends and you getting inspired, like, okay, maybe that's what I need to do. So I feel that you're going to have a new ambition here in your life. And that's kind of like the universe way of guiding you through the spiritual suffering that you guys are in the moment. Especially if you're not really happy with your job because it doesn't make you feel excited anymore, or if you're doing some things that is you're not passionate about, but you're doing it for the sake of money. I feel that again, the universe is going to be sending you like a lot of messages about, you know, here's the way, Libra, try this, you would love this kind of thing. Okay. Let's clarify the Knight of Swords in upright position. I was hearing about, I know this is supposed to be a love reading, but I don't know why I'm getting a message about you needing to do something that is different in order to open the portals of your creativity. Okay, do something that is different than you usually do. One of the simplest ways that I could think of at this present moment is maybe use your non-dominant hand to do something. So let's say, for instance, my non-dominant hand is my left hand because I am right dominant. Maybe try to write something using your left hand, or try to brush your teeth with your left hand. That in itself is going to open the portals for the creative ways that the universe is trying to send you. Yeah. which makes sense because the left hand is connected to the right brain. Okay, let's clarify the Knight of Swords. I have this habit of making sense of what, the messages are. Okay. The Knight of Swords clarified by the Lovers, the Emperor, and also the Ten of Pentacles in our preposition. I feel that right now you have a brand new goal, a brand new interest in life, okay? You know that in life you have choices to make. And in order for you to be manifesting the type of relationship that you would like to have, you need to change from yourself. Now, I feel that if you're single out and ready to mingle, there is a high possibilities that you might also be dealing with someone new. That person could have a Scorpio in their chart, or Virgo or Gemini, or an Aries in their chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, and you're starting to see the potentials of being with this person because it has a potentials for it to become a long-term type of relationship that you would like to have. A practical one, Ten of Pentacles is different than a Ten of Cups. It's not just like an emotionally collective, happy type of relationship, but it's more about, okay, we do action plans in order to ensure that what we envision is going to happen. Okay. Now let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles from their side in the future. Okay. I feel that Libra, when it comes to this person, you already have an assumption about them, right? Like, I feel that in the future, you're no longer expecting good thing that is coming from them, but instead you're expecting bad things to happen from them. So I'm going to give an example. Let's say, for instance, you're already assuming, or you're already accusing of this person being a liar. What you're expecting them to do is not them suddenly becoming nice, but you expect them to lie so that it could then add to the theory of them being liars, so that it could help you with emotionally detaching yourself from this person. So I feel that you are kind of like expecting this person to flee, to do things that is going to make you even more not liking this person, etc. However, Libra, in the future, they have the Ace of Pentacles clarified by the King of Pentacles, the Tower, and also the Eight of Wands. I feel that in the future, this person is going to get a sense of their emotional wisdom, and they're going to try to communicate with you, and a bit promising of wanting to change for the better in terms of how they would emotionally connect with you. So this is not a change of them. I'm going to give you an example. Not a change of them, fixing things or doing more active services towards you. No, but it's more about, okay, you have a problem with me because I would verbally abuse you if I am angry, and I know that it emotionally hurt you. So what this person is going to be promising in the future is going to be like, okay, I'm going to change my ways when I am angry with you. Or I'm going to give you an example. If you get upset with them for disappearing for days or months on end, then they would try to make a promise of like, okay, I promise you that I'm not going to do that. I promise you that I would treat you better, but in terms of emotional, not really from the practical point, or if you have a sexual problem with them, not really from the sexual problem, no, but it's more about from the emotional point of view. Okay. Let's clarify the King of Pentacles and a preposition in the future. Now, you still carry like a lot of love towards this person, Libra. I can see that because it's been your familiar zone, right? Dealing with them, talking with them. It's a comfort zone for you. It's a familiar zone. It's different than if you were to be dating someone new. It means that you have to redo the whole process again. Like with this person, because you've been through it, it's just easy. It's a familiar for you. It's a familiar face, it's a familiar feelings, it's a familiar interactions. It's just something that is familiar. The friendship aspect of the connection is really good as well. So I feel that in the future, there might be a bit of like you feeling, okay, if you're familiar and because you talk with them, then you would start having this type of emotions again for them. Now, in the future, they have King of Pentacles, clarified by the Page of Pentacles, the Justice, and also the Nine of Wands in upright position. I feel that, again, as I mentioned earlier, this person is going to be addressing, because I feel that in this present moment, not only do they know how to get to you, how to get you to respond, what is it that you would like to have, but they're also observing like, what is it that I could do better in my relationship with Libra to ensure that Libra doesn't doubt me anymore. Now, in the future, I do see them doing that. I do see them studying you. I do see them wanting to talk with you for the sole purpose of them figuring out what is exactly that you would like them to do, and etc. And I feel that in the future, again, there's going to be an offer of change. But again, as I said, that offer of change is much more from the emotional aspect of things rather than the practical aspect of things. Okay. So it's looking good, Libra. I still see you have feelings for them though. Now, if you're single and ready to mingle, there is a high possibility, again, of you dealing with the signs that I mentioned earlier and also an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But if you're dealing with a new person, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, although you like the flirty banter, although you like, the conversations that you have with them, I feel that there is a high possibility of you not being fully emotionally open or vulnerable towards this person. Make sure that you're not carrying an emotional baggage and you're not punishing a new person for what your past person has done to you. Okay. Let's pull some advice for you here, Libra. Okay, so Libra, I think one of the important advice that you have in your life right now is that you take a good look at your life and you're like, wow, I've done a great job with my life. Actually, I know that you probably feel as if in the present moment that you're missing out on things, but I feel that what you need to start implementing on your daily routine is start being grateful and start looking at your life like, wow, like in comparison to how I was 5 years ago or 10 years back, I was actually doing okay. I've done a great job with my life. And that's something that you need to applaud yourself. That's something that you need to be grateful. And that's kind of like a victory that you need to take ownership about. Like, I've done it, regardless of the fact that I feel that I'm missing out on something. I've done it. I've improved. I'm in a situation that is much better than I was in prior to this. Now you have the Lovers. You have to understand that life is about choices. So the situations that you are in this present moment is because of the choices that you've made in the past. Now, keep that in mind when you're deciding on some things in the future, whether it be about your romantic relationship, whether it be about your career and everything like that. Keep that in mind in your daily routine. If I choose to procrastinate, if I choose to make bad decisions, that is going to be impacting my future. I feel that I don't know why it is, but like the universe and your spirit guide is really trying to emphasize on that a lot. Okay. So I think that is it from reading for you here, Libra. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you've been looking for. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week for another weekly reading. All right. Bye-bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you.